Sorry, guys. Okay. There's no pause button. There's no pause button. There is no pause button for YouTube, which sucks. Whichever pause button can. Okay, whatever. All right. Then, when I mark an annotated bibliography, the first thing I would look at would be your reference. So you make sure that when you are doing your reference, which it should be the APA citation format, the 7th edition, and it should be hanging. I'll show you later how it looks like. Okay, but that is the first thing I will look for. For the correct citation, you will get a correct reference citation to you would okay for the correct citation you will get 1 mark. All right, so make sure that that is correct. The second thing I would look for would be in-text citations. You should have a minimum of 4 in-text citations, and these in-text citations should be the correct in-text citation using APA format 7th edition. Even if you have 10 in-text citations, tapi kalau semua tu salah, you will still not get any marks. So make sure that your in-text citations are the correct and the proper in-text citation APA format. Okay? So the in-text citations for this article would be Morris and Blair, 2016, Thompson, 2015, Combs, Byrne and Jones, 2014, Equality Now, 2015, Rudd, 2016. If you have all these in-text citations that were properly done, then you would get full marks for your in-text citation. So minimum is 4. Okay. So next, let's talk about the introduction. Now, I'm not even talking about the language yet or the grammar yet. I'm just talking about the technical aspects of the annotated bibliography and how you can score. Now, when you write, of course, you must have an introduction. Now, in your introduction, there are 2 things that you must put. The first thing is you must mention what type of article is the article. It can either be an online magazine article, an online research journal, an online newspaper article. Okay, but you must mention the word online. Why? Because if you see, okay, kadang-kadang, I don't know, maybe for some reason, maybe kalau this semester is not from an online source, then it's fine. But if it's from an online source, you must mention the word online, because you can see nanti it's retrieved from www blah blah blah. So if it's www blah blah blah, you know that it's an online source. So you must mention that it is an online whatever. Like I said, online newspaper article, online magazine article, online journal, online, I don't know, but mention the word online, okay? Online, whatever. That way you will get, if you mention that, just by mentioning that, just by saying that, this online magazine article, dah dapat 1 mark. Okay, simple. Now, the second mark that you can get in your introduction is by giving an overview of the article. An overview is basically the main idea of the entire article. So the main idea of the entire article is about human trafficking and ways to overcome it, kan? So this online magazine article written by Rodman K tu 2000 apa benda tu talks about the reasons that contribute to human trafficking and the ways to overcome the problem. Just by saying that in 1 sentence, you will manage to score 2 marks. Okay? Remember 2 things: overview and the type of article. Clear so far? If you are clear, please type clear before I move on. If I'm buffering ke apa ke, I don't know. So please comment in the chat section so I know that everything's okay. So we clear for the introduction part? Hi Faranas. Syukur. Because I'm scared kadang I cakap sorang-sorang and it's buffering kan. Okay, next I'm going to move on to the content. Now, when you look at the question paper, okay, the question paper will clearly cakap what it wants, what it requires. So this question paper, dia minta reasons that contribute to human trafficking and ways to overcome. Okay, the question juga minta 5 main points. Is it main points? I think it says 5 main points. The question asks for you to give 5 major points with relevant supporting details. Now, sometimes you will see that the question paper cakap macam ni. Give 3 reasons for human trafficking and 2 ways to overcome, or 4 causes of whatever and 1 effect, or I don't know. It will sometimes it will give what it wants, macam tu. But there are also times where it doesn't really say how many of these that it wants. So you have to figure it out on your own. So you can put like 4 reasons and 1 way to overcome, or 3 reasons, 2 ways to overcome, as long as you have 5 major points. And all these 5 major points must be cited. Okay, they must be cited. Now you can put, let's say that the main idea adalah the first reason of human trafficking is poverty in third world countries, in bracket contoh grants and rigs, for example. Okay, 2017. So first you must choose, you nak guna N tu, you want to use A and D, or you want to use the sign, the I don't know, the what is it called, that music sign tu, the sruk sign. You know the sign? You know this sign. You can see this sign, or you want to type A and D. But choose one. Be consistent. If you are going to use and from the beginning until the end, use and A and D. If you're going to use, I think it's article nama dia apa. You're going to use this symbol, then use this symbol from the beginning until the end. Okay, satu. What is it called? That one, Shaira. Okay, so you choose whether you want to use A and D or that one. Right. Your first main idea is grant and rigs, for example. So then you explain this. Let's say that your supporting detail for that main idea, you must have a supporting detail. We'll discuss that. So let's say the supporting detail is from the same person or the same research. So you can say contohnya, it is further explained that blah blah blah. It is further explained by grant and rigs blah blah blah. So you must pay attention to your supporting detail as well, whether it's from the same citation or it's a different citation. Okay, all right. So you must have the 5 main points, biasalah. Okay, and then it is also very important that you paraphrase. If you simply take the exact words from the article, you ambil, you lift it, and you just letak in your work, then only full marks for language is 15. If you do that by simply lifting and putting the lifted words to in your work, then you probably score like 1 mark minimum and 2 mark and 3 marks maximum. So we don't want that. We don't want you to simply take and leave. Membazir masa you buat writing tu lah, buka internet, upload to Google Drive and all that. You only get 1 mark. So sayang. So if you don't paraphrase, you will not score. Now, even though your language too is broken English ke, it's not perfect, it's just simple words, it's fine. As long as you paraphrase using your own words, using your own language structure, word structure, sentence structure, using from your own heart gitu kan. And it makes sense to you, it makes sense to me. If you paraphrase, you will get marks, trust me. Okay, so make sure to always paraphrase and do not take things directly. All right, now, so you have your introduction and then your 5 content, and at the end you must have a critical response. The question asks for a critical response. Okay, now I know it doesn't state how many critical responses that you should have, but to score, you must have at least 5 appropriate critical responses. For example, talk about the author's intended audience, talk about the author's purpose of writing, talk about the author's tone in the writing, talk about her reasoning. Is it strong or is it weak? Talk about the argument. Is it strong? Is it weak? Was the author biased? Was the author being objective? talk about the usefulness of the article. Is it useful, not useful? And then you can talk about the punya language, difficult, easy to understand. And you can also give your suggestions that you think the author can do to improve. Contoh, the author uses, the author only mentions contohnya 2 countries. Tapi sebenarnya human trafficking ni happens in a lot of countries, so maybe she should mention more ke, ataupun talk about the language. The language is very difficult to understand, so it is strongly suggested that the author uses simpler language, simpler words and simpler sentences, so that it will be easy for people to understand. So you write 5 appropriate responses related to the article and you can score 5 marks. So when I mark all this, I tak tengok language sangat, except for the paraphrasing part. Okay, it's a matter of technical. So the paraphrasing part tu yang I tengok your language, but it's not like specifically kat grammar je, no. Okay, I want to see you paraphrase, and I need to understand your paraphrase, and you need to understand your whatever you have just paraphrased. So when you paraphrase, you read it balik. Okay, you read and you see, you faham tak? Do you understand what you have just written? If you don't understand what you have just written, imagine can I understand? So when you write, make sure that you understand and make sure that I can understand. Okay? So basically, I think I've covered the annotated bibliography secara in the bigger picture. I will move our class to WhatsApp so I can go in details, I can screenshot things and show you. But before I let you go, do you have any questions related to whatever I've just mentioned, I've just explained? Guys, am I buffering? Am I stuck? You stuck? You hear me? Farhana's always the first to come to my list. Do we write bibliography or reference? Okay, Akila. You choose. You can write reference or bibliography. They mean about the same thing, but I would suggest reference. My suggestion is reference. Any more questions? Before I let you go, I would never know. Anyone? No more? No? Sure? Okay? Okay. If you have no more questions, I'm going to move our class to our WhatsApp group because I want to show things I cannot show in YouTube. Okay? So I will see you in our WhatsApp class. No more questions, right? Okay. Oh, about the citation myth from the article. Yes, the citation should only come from the article given. Tak payah, do not find other related articles. Do not give macam your prior knowledge. Oh, one person once said this. No. Take everything directly from the given article. The one in the passage given by in the question paper. Don't ambil outside sources. Why is my nose so shiny? Can you see the lampu on my nose? Okay. Any more? Okay. So for the test, this is week 5. The test will be done in week 7. You get about 2 hours, 2 hours and a half to do it. Okay. So last week you had like 2 whole days to do it. So that's a lot of time. So during the test, you only get about 2 hours. Okay. So we did a practice last week. This week we'll do a practice again. Okay. So if no more questions, then I will move to WhatsApp. So thank you, and I'll see you in WhatsApp.